Okay, sorry about that. This is gonna be kind of long, so I might have to put this in parts. Yeah, I had to stop, anyways, because I was like crying. But, yeah, I lost temporary custody, and then I lost, a couple months later, I lost full custody of my daughter. And me, like always, I guess I couldn't believe these things were happening in front of me, even though I was part, well, not part, all of to do with it, basically. But I'm like, there's no way. I just wasn't believing it. I was so in shock. And then the court system sucked. It really does suck. And I really wanted them to hear my daughter's side of it, but she was too young at the time. She was almost 7. You know, she didn't understand anything that was going on. I mean, I'm not condoning what I did, but she never saw me do those bad things. I mean, she's, witnessed a few crazy things here and there, but, I always felt like I am still a good mom, and it's okay to do, and it's not okay, but it's okay to have like a downfall once in a while, or nobody's perfect and things happen. And if I could have had a job, I would have, and I probably wouldn't have gone that route. But for me, a lot of times people try to talk me into like even my family, come back home and you need to do this and you need to do that, and I just, my head is spinning. You know what I'm saying? I just can't do that anymore. I'm always doing things for other people, and for the most part, I'm trying to do kind things for other people, but I'm not trying to feel uncomfortable and make other people happy in that sense. I want to be happy too, and I want my, kids to be happy, and my daughter was all I had. She was my family and stuff, so I couldn't believe that he did those things to me. And I know the bottom line was I couldn't believe I did those things to myself or even her. It took me a long time to realize that. It took me living on the streets and living in shelters. It took me, coming out of my storage room and saying, oh, it's okay, it's only going to be for a month, and then a month turns into 3 months, and then I'm living with people I don't know. I'm, staying in abandoned houses and crack houses and trying to, I fake be friends with people so that I can have something to eat, and I'm not digging out of garbage cans and shit. And I truly believe deep down inside that I was overcome it. But a lot of things that I were out of my hands were things that still hurt me. Like, I could never get my daughter back, really. Because once you do something like that, no matter to what degree, you basically lost for the rest of your life. And that hurt me so bad. To lose my daughter. I'm still struggling with it. Hey, sorry about that, BFD. Yeah, forgot where I left off. But anyways, the court system is crazy. They really don't care, and it's not good. And at the time, that's what I kind of started turning, to myself, going like, I'm the one who can do better and do this and figure things out. But I was trying too much at too many times. I kind of felt like traded in a way, like, all right, I understand temporary custody, but I'm still being a good mom. I'm not doing bad things around. I don't even, believe it or not, through all that crap, I don't have a fucking criminal record. You know what I'm saying? I've always had a job as far as, being able to work. I just could never keep a job, and didn't realize like what all those issues stem from. But when I was growing up, I was around abuse and neglect, and also had been raped as a teenager. I felt like nobody gave a shit about my education. I didn't fucking graduate. And that was hard and hurts. Well, all my friends were, and I kind of took matters into my own hands. I left right when I could turn 18 and get out of school. I mean, I did finish the 12th grade, I tried to do my singing career, and I also got my GED, and I was looking into going to school and, having trades and stuff like that, and I couldn't figure it out. Like, something just wasn't clicking. As hard as I would look into things, study, work, nothing was good enough. I was in a couple bad car accidents too, and just like some pain that I was experiencing just would never go away. And I'm like, God, I'm so young, I don't understand. But I didn't want to totally give up. But then the more bad things that happened to me, the more and more a piece of me was kind of giving up. You know what I'm saying? But when you get your kid taken away from you, that's a whole different talk show. I started hearing, and being around this type of city was very different for me. There's a lot of people from Chicago here. Very great, good, successful people, but there's also people that moved here after their projects was shut down or literally crumbled down, and it just had a lot of bad vibes going on here. And I got mixed up with some of those people, and it's just like, their way of life was not my way of life, but somehow it became that. And one of those people was my son's father, and he acted like he wanted a better life. He had a bad upbringing and stuff, and we kind of clicked and we became friends, and I was lonely and I was homeless at the time, but I actually had a job. I got a job at a corporate office, and I had been clean from drugs and alcohol for almost a year, and things were going good. I didn't realize like his age would creep up on him because he was very young, but he did make me smile and laugh at times. But quickly we got into a relationship, which was a huge mistake, and I think partially because I was lonely and alone that, I was desperate. It's hard to go say that you can get anybody you want because I do have luck in that field sometimes, but then go, hi, nice to meet you, my name is Susan, and oh, P.S., I'm homeless, I just got a rehab, I lost my daughter, oh, let me see what else, I don't have any money, I just filed bankruptcy, yeah. Hello, who wants to meet me? Nobody. And it didn't matter. At the time, I was bisexual, so wouldn't have mattered if it was professional, women or men. I just like, whatever. And I actually didn't really like that crowd. Hello, I just feel uncomfortable with some most people just uppity and all about themselves. So when I met street people, I felt like they understand. You know what I'm saying? They understand me because I've been through some things they've been through, and woohoo. Now I know that that's not the case, and that that doesn't always mean we're buddies and best friends, you know what I'm saying? I do still think the understanding part can come in play, but oh well, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather fucking be alone. Because this asshole turned into an asshole, and he decided to get drunk one night, and I didn't like it, and I tried to leave because I didn't want it to interfere with the good times and only times with my daughter. Yeah, and I'd go save up my money to go to a hotel, and he'd get mad at me, and then when I tried to explain to him, he was kind of rude about it. But breaking up with him, even though I was with him for a couple months, was not easy. I paid the price for that. I found out I was pregnant right away, which was a surprise to me because I didn't think I could have any more kids. And to be honest, I didn't know if I wanted more kids, but yet I was surprised and happy to be pregnant, if that makes sense. I knew it wasn't going to be easy because of the type of person that I was having the child with. But yeah, I got my ass kicked, and I tried leaving again and got my ass kicked again, and then he started stalking and harassing me at work and leaving threats to other people. He never hurt my daughter, thank God, but obviously he hurt my son because my son was a twin, and that twin died while I was pregnant. I lost the baby, and it was 99.9% a result of me getting beat up a couple days prior. So that was very emotional. That was all this kind of defining moment stuff like wraps into it for me because like what more could happen to me? I mean, I wasn't to the point where I'm like, why me, why me? I didn't even know if I believed in God anymore. It was just kind of like, okay, whatever's going to happen, happen. Just keep on happening because I'm strong and I can take it. Fucking sleeping outside during snowstorms and shit. I'm pregnant and getting up and, freaking going to get ready in a goddamn maternity, room bathroom or breastfeeding bathroom. And then going upstairs to the, job that I had at Target Corporation, like nothing ever happens. Like, coffee, anybody? And it wasn't because I wasn't too good to stay in the shelter. Please, I've been there, but it's very abusive in shelters. It's dirty in shelters. There's no guarantees. So for me to wait in a line, I couldn't do that because I had to be at work, and I was then court ordered to pay child support. So I'm paying child support, and I don't have any money to live off from. And it was just crazy, but it was fucking the worst thing ever, but the best thing ever. My son was born. It was a beautiful thing. It was lonely because I was by myself. I felt kind of sad for my daughter. I mean, she was excited to have a brother, but I felt like I didn't want her to think I'm having him because, that she's gone. I mean, it kind of plays that out now, but it wasn't like that at all. I obviously didn't want to get pregnant, but I got pregnant, but I wasn't going to get rid of my child either. I made a sad but smart decision to have my tubes tied. I knew that I didn't want to be a single parent with either of my kids, and I don't want to be a parent out of these situations, so I then had to make a decision to never have kids again, which for the most part has worked out, but there's times where it's emotional because I feel like I can't ever be with anybody and that wants kids, and I can't provide that for them, even a woman, you know what I'm saying? And because of what I went through with my kids and my kids' fathers, my son's father is in prison. He's back in prison, and not because of what he did. Well, partially because of what he did to us, but of course I'm never going to have a relationship with him. And